I still feel like I need a theme tune to start this, just like a couple of bars or something. So hello, good afternoon. Welcome to part 13 of Talking Bollocks. 13 Talking Bollocks. Yes, there is shite still left in my mouth to talk about. I hope you're having an okay day. Or a really good day, and I hope that you're not having an awful day, but if you are, then I don't actually know if I'll help, but maybe I'll make you laugh. It's kind of warm outside, but in and out sun, which is fine for the things that I've been doing today. So yesterday someone suggests that I do the Fender guitar thingy, which they're doing. Oh, sorry, just fidgeting with you there. They're doing 3 months on Fender of free lessons. I can't remember what the other ones are, but I've chosen the rock acoustic path, which is funny. I'm still doing the other ones on, I think it's called, it's attached to guitar tuner, which is Yousician or something, but I'm also doing the Fender one as well, and my fingers are starting to hurt, but I know that's all good, and that's required for guitar playing. I don't know what it is that I find it really hard to reach with my pinky finger for things. I think it's just because I've got tiny kid hands, and literally every other person in the household has much bigger hands than me now, which is great because, you know, 3 of them are a lot younger. I really enjoyed it last night, the music lesson. It was really good fun. I probably did it a little bit too late though, so sorry neighbours if I did do it too late, but they probably wouldn't say anything anyway. But I quite enjoy it. I don't think I have a particular musical prowess or anything. At the same time, I don't care. I'm just learning it because I kind of enjoy making a sound. I woke up this morning and I checked Facebook, and I kind of had a little bit of a headache when I woke up, which is often the way when it's spring for me, because I kind of got hay fever, non-disclosed hay fever, and also I'm still on the back of this, whatever the skin reaction I had was last week. So I have been taking Piriton. I didn't last night, so I woke up with a little bit of a headache. I think I get headaches when I don't take it. Anyway, I also sleep with my window open, and that's summer, winter, autumn, spring, you know, that's all year round. And I woke up this morning and I checked Facebook, and on Facebook memories, there are some things that come up. And I wasn't aware that some photos of my grandmother was going to come up today, and she passed away last June at the ripe old age of 93. And I miss her massively. She was a cantankerous, opinionated woman, but she also, I know that she loved me, and I think she's one of the members of my family that actually was the least judgmental and just kind of accepted me for whom I was. She hated my tattoos, and she hated my hair frequently. So there was 2 photos on them, and one of them is one of the photos that I have of me and her looking at each other laughing, and another one is the same photo in the same series. And we'd gone to Krispy Kreme donuts, and we bought her a donut, and she did the old woman thing, which is lots of other people say, oh, I won't eat that, I won't eat all of that, and then she proceeded to polish it all off, which was, it's fascinating, and it's funny in itself, because I guess she was born in 1925. When she was growing up, it's like women didn't finish food. It was all about women looking good for other people by not eating all their food. Whereas for me, it's like, if you don't like eating out, then we're probably not going to get on. So I kind of got ambushed by these photos on Facebook, and I just had a bloody good cry in bed because I needed to. It's also a year since someone in the punk scene passed away, Mr. Lee Hill. I think it's today a year. I'm pretty sure it is. And that's shocking in itself. And grief is that thing, isn't it? That suddenly you realise that day is that day, or this thing is this thing. I always sent my grandma an Easter card, and I'm not this year. And that's hard. And I guess it will continue to get hard each year and each time these things come around. Plus, it's her birthday coming up, and I had planned to go to her cemetery, but I really don't think I should drive from Croydon over to Kingston to go and see her grave. So I'll have to think of something else. So I kind of grieved in my bedroom I went and got a cup of coffee, and then I sort of sat in my bed for a little bit, just sort of thinking, having a bit of a cry, because I think it's important when you do feel those things to just let them out. You know, I like that saying, grief is the price we pay for love, and I think that's really true. That grief in its purest sense is because you miss the bastards, and you don't want them to be gone, but they are. Sorry, this is much less positive than I thought this was going to, but then I guess it's positive talking about emotions and grief. So in a weird way, I decided, because I was feeling so grieving this morning and feeling so sad, that the best way to deal with that was to do some gardening. I never garden. I'm more of a prune them down, burn them type of person. I'm sure a lot of you probably have worked that out already. And so also, because there is a rose bush in the garden that reminds me of her, because she loved roses and she loved receiving flowers, all bright flowers. And there is one of my tattoos has an iris in it, and that's to signify her front garden that I remember as a kid. Irises, gladioli, and roses remind me of her. So I wanted to kind of sort out the rose bush. It doesn't tend to flower, this rose bush, until just before my daughter's birthday, Imogen's birthday. So her birthday is 27th of June. My grandmother passed on 20th of May. So I'm kind of was hoping if I deal with the rose bush now and sort out the rose bush now, then the rose bush will actually be okay after me fidgeting with it. And we have a 6-foot fence, and then we have a trellis fence above it. And the trellis has space for it to run along because it's a climbing rose bush, and it has the most beautiful pale pink flowers. And actually this rose bush smells, and I don't know if anyone remembers, roses do smell, but the roses that you buy from the shops don't. So there's actually in South Croydon, there's this beautiful little garden park that was given to the public or bought by the Friends of Wetton Tree Gardens in sort of South Croydon, Sanderstead, and that's really beautiful there, and it has a rose garden there. And I do try to go to rose gardens quite often because I actually think it's really important to stop and smell the roses. So I thought, fuck it, I'm gonna deal with this rose bush. I put some jacket potatoes on because I thought I need to nourish inside. I need to listen to some banging tracks, and I need to do something that occupies my body and my mind while I'm listening to music and while I'm doing something. So it's not discounting what I was feeling this morning. It's just kind of getting on with it and making it part of my day rather than the day just being all about that, which would have been fine too, because it's so important to let others know and to put it out there that we feel sad about something. I'm supposed to feel sad about it. Anyway, so I am cut to smithereens. The rose bush, I think, didn't like me fidgeting with it the way I did. It's gone all the way down the trellis now, because there's some, it's like 6 foot long things hanging over, and I've tied it in, and I've kind of cut it off with it, and I've just sort of made it look much tidier, and it looks beautiful, and it's a nice thing to do today. It needed doing anyway as a chore in the house, but rather than make it a chore, I sort of did it as part of my feeling better about it today. And I do feel better about it despite the tears, because they're just going to come when they want to, I think. I do think the rosebush got its own way back, and it was really lovely. And I posted it earlier on my profile. There, I was just sort of coming back from having a sip of coffee, and a robin, just quite a young robin, just landed on front of me in the soil, hopped along a bit, kind of stayed for 20 seconds, looked at me, and a few times, sort of quizzically looked at me, realised that there was no worms to be had, and just went, which was lovely because I love robins. And like my friend Tess is saying, that there is a belief that robins come to you when you're thinking about a person that you miss. And I don't know, but I'm going to go with that today. I'm going to roll with it, Tess. Going to roll with it. So it is a reminder, the rose bushes, for me, of her. And I think it's also a reminder that you can be sharp and thorny. And this rosebush really is. I actually had I had to dig some of the thorns out of me, despite wearing gloves. One of the thorns actually went through a leather pair of gloves that I was wearing for gardening, into my skin. So that was great. That kind of hurt, but that's all right. It's just part of gardening, I know. And the rosebush will remind me of her. The flowers on it are beautiful and they smell beautiful. And it also reminds me that when we can be soft and gentle and subtle when we need to be, and at the bottom of that, the root of that, there are hard, strong branches that have strength to nourish what we need, and they have thorns when they're needed in places that they're needed. And I think that sort of sums up sometimes how I feel about myself, is that I often show that I'm kind of hard and strong and all of these things, and of course I am those things too, but I am also gentle, or trying to be more gentle, especially with myself. Be kind to ourselves. I was also thinking that about the people that have gone before us and in our life and come in and out of our lives at different times. And I think I read something where lots of people are contacting their exes. Now, I think it's a really good idea not to do that, unless there is an actual conversation to be had that is going to help you. I think not contacting exes or people that you've left behind in your life. They're there for a reason. And whether that's because you've left them behind or they've left you behind, they're behind you. And that going forward in life is more important than contacting people. I know that sometimes reaching out can be really great to people that we maybe haven't seen, or there's some people that are my Facebook friends and that I've known in real life, and I would like them in my life more, but it's kind of difficult to have the time, because we're now all time house limited, aren't we, or home limited. But I just want to remind you, like I'm reminding myself, don't contact those exes, don't go backwards, leave people in the past that aren't part of your future anymore. I'm going to what am I going to do the rest of the day? Oh, I was thinking, I'm going to show you my hair. I think I've got to Action Man length in my hair. It's funny because this is grey hair, and then where it's sort of light by the window, it looks like I've got nothing there at all, but there is hair. So my hair is actually sort of getting to Action Man style now. I'm really tempted to bleach it blonde, but I'm gonna try and hold off and let it grow. Oh, and that is another thing. Don't cut your hair while you're on lockdown, unless you're actually gonna shave it off because you wanted to shave it off anyway, which is what I did. Don't do it. You are gonna, just out of a fit of boredom or oh my god, my hair looks awful, probably doesn't. Please don't cut it off, because it's not good. Just wait for the hairdressers to reopen. So I'm going to do a bit of crochet later. I'm going to do my music lessons as well, because I'm really enjoying those. I'm going to do some tidying up on my clothes, get my summer stuff out, because it does seem to be getting warmer. Or I might not just do any of it. I don't know yet. I'm probably going to watch another episode of Liar on ITV2, I think it is, because I've watched all the season 1, and don't worry, I'm not going to give any spoilers away, and I'm on season 2 now, and it's quite good. It's quite good. It's a warning though, it does have scenes of sexual assault and rape, so they can be a little bit harrowing, but it's a very interesting take on lying. Let's put it that way. Don't want to give anything away. And I'm also still really into War of the Worlds for Fox on Fox, which I've got via Now TV, and that's cool too. And then later on today, I'm doing part of my book group, and we usually meet around the corner in the pub, which was weird because on Monday I went past it and I hadn't seen it, but it's all boarded up, like a lot of the pubs at the moment, to protect them. So I'm gonna. That was kind of weird because that's normally where we meet, and it's weird seeing places that are normally open or boarded up, but it's just part of how things are right now. Anyway, so book group, we've been meeting. We were trying to work out the other day how long we've been meeting, and I think it's something like 12 years or something, maybe 11. I don't know. I'll have to work it out somehow another way. So we're doing it on our Zoom. And I think that's it for today. Yeah, that's it. Well, I hope you have a lovely day. And Tess, you got to the banana bread stage. I did see a meme where someone else had put, are you at the shaving your head baking stage? And I was like, yeah, I've already shaved my head. And I'm probably at the baking stage. But there was also another meme, something, who is at the making banana bread stage. So I see that you're there, Tess. Lovely. Right, I'm missing quite a few of you. It's very weird, isn't it, not going out? And I'm really trying hard to not go out. We went to the park yesterday, and there seemed to be more people in the park than normal, and that was to South North Country Park, to take the dogs, 2 of the dogs, for a walk. And it's actually kind of weird because it was really hard to keep your social distancing when there were so many people in the park. But I think we'll have to maybe go off some of the paths that are much smaller over there. Right. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe. You know where I am if you want to chat, if family members are driving you mad. We can do this. All right, guys. Bye.